Hi guys, welcome back. If you're new here, my name's Shani Beauty Exo and welcome to my channel. This is really new that I'm going to be doing. This is going to be a step progress of how put on foundation and everything, going from foundation, eyeshadow, blush, contour and lips and eyebrows. If you see anyone moving around back there, it is my husband. Me and him have been ill for the past 3 or 4 days. I was in Sunday and I've just gotten better now. Today's Tuesday. So yeah, so this is going to be a step process how you put your foundation. Okay, so what you need to do is make sure when you do your makeup, make sure you start off with a clean face, which means cleanse, tone and moisturise. You need to do them just because it makes your skin ready for the primer. Now primers, you can use any sort of primers. You can use a pore filler like this one. This one basically, if you've got any big pores, it fills in your pores to make your skin smoother. And if not, you can use a foundation primer like this one. This one's a Laura Mercier, but any one will do. I used to use the Rimmel one, and basically that worked fine as well. Use any primer, just make sure you prime, because basically you need to start off with a nice clean prime base to make your foundation going smoother. So you have many different foundations. You basically, when you do need to match your foundation with your skin colour, make sure you do use it by your arm and not by your face, because basically if you are tanned and use it by your face will look a lot paler than your actual arm. So basically the foundation I'm going to use is a Healthy Mix, Healthy Glow, Flawless Complexion Hydrating one. You can use any one. I have NARS Bourjois, this is my current favourite. I have a Maybelline, I have many sorts of one. So stick to ones that you like. You can have a 24-hour one, you can have one that's from Revlon, which is normal to dry, or anything like that. So now you can apply your foundation with anything. You can use a brush. Today I'm going to use a brush. This is the one from Exo Beauty. It's a flat face brush. You need to use a clean brush. It's not clean, I know. But this is, it doesn't need to be washed yet. You can always tell when your makeup brushes need to be washed because your foundation doesn't apply very nicely. You can use a powder brush if you want to, just something like this to smooth on really nicely. Or you can use a Real Technique sponge or a beauty blender. These need to be washed. A beauty blender. So depends which one you want to use, but either of these two or brush will be good. Now if I get a container with, just put onto a clean container to put my foundation on. I don't put it on with my hand because you tend to use a lot more product on when you put it in your hand because you're actually blending it into your hand as well. But first of all, we're gonna correct my dark circles. So basically I'm going to be using a dark concealer, and you can use one of these. It's just really good for correcting dark under eyes. I can see I'm just putting it on like that because my eyelids are a little bit veiny and not very matchable. I'm just kind of putting this on. I do this step just because it will make sure that my under eyes are concealed and everything. So what I do is just blend that in just a little bit. You can tap it in with your eyes, your fingers. If you tap it with your fingers, make sure you tap it in with your ring finger or your middle finger. The reason these two you need to tap it in with, because these two are your softest. So next we're going to take a brush, take a little bit of the product like that, and just pop and pounce it onto your skin first. Just tap it onto your skin and then blend in. So basically as you tap it in, it taps in all the product. And then when you blend it, it just makes sure your skin's nice and flawless. And it's really good. Just make sure you go down your neck as well. Otherwise, if you don't, you'll have a line right there, which you know you have makeup on. So just the other side as well. Just keep tapping. And basically make sure you go to the middle as well. And to the forehead, just keep tapping. Make sure you do put your hair back. I don't need to because I've literally got a pixie cut so my hair doesn't get in the way that much, and then basically blend it in. So you can see I'm just swirling it around just to blend in nicely. Make sure you just blend it in really nicely. And as you can see, it's just making my skin look really nice and flawless, and I'm actually loving the way my skin looks at the moment. So just tap and blend in. Make sure you, if you have short hair like me, make sure you go to the ears as well. just because it looks really much nicer. So I can see all my foundation is blended in. I still see a bit of redness, so what you can do is basically put on there and just tap it on there, because you don't need to rub anymore, because you've basically just blended it all out. Pop it in there. And tap it all the way up here as well. Make sure you tap it in. So make sure you go down your neck as well. Make sure you blend it really nicely down to your neck, to where your chest is. So there we go. So that is my face. My face is all looking all nice and blended all together, and it matches my arm as well. So make sure it's all blended and it matches your skin as well. So next we'll need to conceal. Now conceal, you can use anyone, you can use a light or fair. I'm going to basically conceal down my nose to highlight it. So when you can see, you highlight the areas as well. But I'm going to go for a different highlighter, but that will be in the next one. So basically what you do is just remove your cap like this, and then basically what I do is I just go down into a triangle and the other side, and make sure you've got the eye bit covered, and then go down here. You don't have to use this one light, this one's called Fair and it is very light for me, so I'm just going to take my brush just to blend it in to highlight the points that you want. These are just to highlight the points. And next with the brush. So I'm going to use a flat face brush just to pat it in. So basically what I do is I just do little strokes just to pat it in. And then I just blend it out. Then you get the brush that you're using and just blend it out. There we go. And that just covers up. That just covers up your eye. And then with the brush, you just basically pat it all rested in there. Okay, so now I need to basically set my under eyes before it creases. Now you need to do this before it creases, because otherwise you're just going to get you're not going to get a very nice look. This brush, this is a contour brush, but you can use it for anything. I'm just going to pat it on into my powder. You can use any powder. You don't have to use a translucent powder. You can use any powder. I use the Stay Rimmel foundation powder, which is really good. And then you just blush it off. Let me just do something. Okay, so there we go. So we're just going to use do the other eye as well. Make sure you do look up so that you don't get any creasing. Okay, so this is what my under eye looks like. Now I'm going to do the whole entire face. Now you're going to take a powder brush and pop it in, tap off the excess, and basically put it all around to set your foundation. Now this is to set your foundation, to basically make sure your foundation lasts really longer. You can set it with the same powder, doesn't really matter. I set mine with the same powder, but I do look a bit pale, but we are going to bronze up the skin. So guys, this is how I do my foundation routine. This is how I do my foundation for beginners. If you do like this, please like this, please subscribe down below, and then we'll get ready for the blush, highlight and everything next. So guys, see you in my next step. Bye guys. Wow, this is really pigmented, guys.